Welcome. What a day to be alive. Jesus. And I said March could be a good month, especially because I could have some early presses as well, like today, for example, with big profits. Really nice move overall. Really, really nice move. And we finally broke out of the range. Great stuff. There's some, not really a reaction right now to go lower yet. So that's good. Potentially it's strong and it's holding it. It's not something that we just wipe out some liquidity and reverse. So overall, great stuff. Just quickly covering up some metrics on the dashboard. Long and short, just simply it's a second kiss or touch or whatsoever what we have merged. We want to call it on 1 hour daily even as well. So it's the second one since the high of the June or January. I can see it from, yeah, it's January. Sorry, whoa, June, what the fuck? January from the high. If you're gonna do exact the same thing, we could potentially go straight down, right? If that's not gonna be holding, but there is a bit more above at us of liquidity and things to take out and a little bit more structure. So we could even potentially go a little bit more into the underside retest of the whole structure above us. I'm gonna cover that in a second as well. But the thing is, it's a second touch already that we have since freaking all the way in October 2025. So that's been a while, right? We did that. So let's see how high we're gonna get. That's gonna be covered in a second. Overall, there is still potential some bits above us to take out or even get. So for a continuation move, yeah, there is possibility some magnet into that. Overall, I'm kind of looking a little bit more higher if that's going to be the case. If we not start to break some structure right now, I'm kind of thinking we're going to go a little bit more in between 74-ish to 76-ish. But that's going to be more in the second. Because I want to cover all those metrics first. So yeah, that hip, we could still potentially go a little bit more higher. So yeah, no shorts for me yet. There is not even a single structure broken to the downside. So for me, this is still continuation, like always. Love the memes, of course. Now let's move on and let's have a look at PIX, because PIX had freaking two nice moves. One, it was Monday. So that was the first one. Of course, there is a lot of fuming about the war and all that shenanigans and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, how hurtful it is. I don't care about that. Why I'm trading. If I'm not trading the war zone stuff, then that's not something that I'm looking at it. But so far, this is still uptrending. Like I've been saying already for quite a while, right? We didn't break anything to the downside, but we did break to the upside. And right now we are facing to regain the 26-ish if we're gonna come back into the 18 area and continuing going higher, right? If not, if you're gonna break the 18, come back into the 17 or around the 16 area, that's potential break of the lows for the VIX, and we're gonna aim to get back at 13. So means much more up movement for the market. Okay, so overall, we broke quite a lot of levels. Not only that one that I just removed, but as well the one that I had on 23, and we are kind of to the T touching to the 28, but that's still the biggest resistance, right? This whole big move. So let's see how we're gonna take care of that one. So right now, the point of interest of breaking that, it's gonna move to 18, and the low that you don't want to lose is 16 or 1. It's up to you how you are into the market phase or sentiment. So far, great stuff. Amazing. Freaking awesome. Love it. Now, Dixie, super interesting as well. As I've been mentioning for a while, the underside retest that we had already twice, that's easily been broken. We didn't even come back to 96.8. And straight up, look at how perfectly even that comes into this whole swing levels of the daily highs and the previous daily low that we failed from. And right now we are reaching technically still in the resistance. Yes, we settle a new high on the wick. I do not care about that. The only thing that I care is the body close above the 99.4. That's the only thing that's going to say and give you the confirmation to go higher. If not, that wick, I don't care about that. that still can potentially go somewhere in here, right? So just be aware of that. Body close matters. Wick, I don't care about it. Wick can go even to 100k and then reverse and close below and still gonna go lower, right? So hopefully that's kind of understanding point for people, but this is just still downtrending if we're gonna start to break or going lower, right? If we regain the 99.4, then yes, we're gonna aim for the $100, right? So dollar is still strong, but potentially bouncing back and going into the lows. That's as well really nice move for the market. Moving on, the favorite of mine is the total 3. And as I've been mentioning, we had some big moves, right? So we had the regain of that high and then failure of this low. And now technically regain of this mid high of the mid-range high. And looking like now, hopefully, and this will be really good for market if we can close daily wise, right, above 728. So right now, this high over here that's been already tested shouldn't be the issue to close above it. If we're not gonna do it, we're still gonna stay in the freaking range, right? This is still gonna do some things like that. But so far, that's the aim to close above it. If we're gonna do that, we straight gonna go into the underside of 750, right? So for potentially, technically what we did from the lows over here that we settled down, we're gonna do like almost 17-ish% movement of the market again. Like we used to do it over here, but then we dumped back and then doing it right now or trying it at least do it again. So this is good potentially. That doesn't mean or that doesn't mean we're gonna go to here, right? That's not really something possible in one go. That takes time and money, shitloads of money, because there has been as well shitloads of money lost. So that's not something that we're gonna recover, right? First thing first, and always in stepwise. The first step is the 750 billion or this whole hit, because this is a quite heavy resistance. I'm not sure even if we're gonna be that quick and that quick with it to regain that. If so, the only and the next step is to get an underside retest of 820. That didn't been tested. Technically been with that movement to the downside, but still not a fully retest of that. So yeah, those are the first steps, right? And then potentially we're gonna get back at the bear market stuff. So something like this. Technically what we are doing right now is exact the same thing what we used to do over here, but then a little bit more extended. So yeah, we are aiming for this and then break to the downside, definitely. Right? Definitely. Till that high is not going to be regained. Then we're coming back and going higher up. So then the bear market is a little more set on the side. But so far, still potentially that will or can happen end of this year. Right? It's just a rebound, nothing specific till we're not gonna regain high time frame stuff. Just remember that. And of course, as I was mentioning, Sunday, gold and silver had a run up, gold especially, into the freaking 4-hour swing over here, and we are still breaking it a little bit lower. It did break the high low of the previous low what we said on February, so that's one. But the major one we still didn't break, so that's on the 17th of February. So that's the one, right? This still can do something like this, right? Like it always tries and wants to do. So grinding it is. Just because of wiping all of the stuff from here, we still need to regain all of the volume and money from the market. Same thing on silver, but that's a little bit more less extended than gold, right? It still have some much more work to do. It's not that popular, right? And it's not that strong as gold. So it still needs some time for it to be regained. But still fine and potentially good because we did regain that high and we're still holding that low. So going back at 76 and then aiming again for the high, yeah, potentially going higher into that swing failure of 150. That could be, right? Or it's gonna just attempt to stay a little bit more longer in the trade, in the range, right? That is well possible for it. Now, Netflix, not much change. It's still carry on higher up, so I'm still not in a position to long anything from it. So let's see. Maybe we're gonna see the underside retest of this, and then coming back. That's all possible. If not, I don't even bother about it. My short's gonna be stopped out somewhere over here. Yes, somewhere over here. Gonna be stopped out. So let's see. That's been already way out of the profits. Yeah, no, there's no CME gap, so we could potentially fill up the CME gap, right? And if that's gonna be the goal for it before we're gonna turn around, then yeah, be my guest. That could be as well. Not really something that I'm looking at it. But now the interesting stuff is the dominance, because we had a quite big spike from the lows that we broke. And right now we are at the resistance of this whole dominance move. If we break out from it, then it's still continuation into the 60.7. This is still resistance, not that heavily anymore because we've been testing it already 3 times, and this is going to be the 4th time. So potentially we could break out from it. But looking at this move and how dominance works on a daily time frame that I'm looking at it, you look for this. If dominance increase and Bitcoin goes with it because it does, then the alts are not really decreasing, but much more stable. They should be a little bit more accurate, but a bit more stable. So yeah, what we want is decrease of dominance and then increase of Bitcoin, and then the alt's gonna fly. So right now, if we start to turn around of it and Bitcoin keeps going higher, because that's still the possibility of it, then the alt's gonna fly as well. Doesn't mean the alts didn't do well, because they did. And I've been in really great longs from it, but still potentially for more is there. Moving on, I will mention that on Sunday as well. That's quite important for me to look at it, just because we've been in this range and Bull's been kind of holding it sideways, and now we was aiming for this whole core trend on the daily liquidity core trend, and we broke out from it and even got a little bit more higher than that. Still potentially some support below us. That's good, but there is one more thing to be worried about. That said, is the oscillation of the trend, is the wave master cash flow of it, and the whole flip of the capital flow index. Why? Because not only we have this whole big move, that's fine, that's good, but sustainable is if we're gonna regain anything higher up, then that's okay for continuation. If we're not gonna do that, in my opinion, if we're gonna reach, for example, the 76.9, and that's gonna be the bounce back, and we start to break something to the downside, and all of those stuff gonna continue even lower, right? Just because daily wise, oscillation wise, we are quite starting to get overheated. That's obvious. Capital flow index is quite high. It's 50%. It's not the highest, but it's still quite high, right? So we could have one more move, and that's going to be the divergent move on the capital flow index, and that could potentially lead us to lower. And cash flow, we had only one potential reversal on it, and we are still in that negative zone, right? So not much changing on the daily wise on the cash flow. That's still sad. We are overall in negative cash flow, right? Till we're not going to regain the previous high. We regain that, we're going to get above it and keep stacking up. And then we're going to see some reversal sign. We potentially start to grind higher potential moves to the upside, right? That's not yet there. It's not something that's going to be maybe in a couple days or maybe weeks, but that's not something that we are there yet. So yeah, be aware of that. And then overall capital flow index, we see some movements already on the market. That's great. That's good. Monthly, but on a weekly wise, we see a spike into it. Super nice. We want that. Now the only thing is to go a little bit more higher up into the 10% of it, or even close to the neutral line. Then that's you're gonna have a continuation in the whole movement. Nasdaq dumped a little bit. Dixie spiked as well. That's on the weekly. Be aware that's not something on the daily wise. And VIX is still high. PEX is super high, and USDT is getting lower and lower. So that's good when potentially there is a rotation of the assets. That's good. And we kind of seeing it coming back into the crypto. So that's already one sign. Second sign is going to be the continuation of it and keeping it above, for example, 50 or coming close into the 20-ish, right? We start to reverse this whole movement that we did, and we're going to create something like this, right? But that's only for the continuation, not something that we aiming right now. So yeah, let's have a look on the bitty. And what did we do? Interesting, definitely going to be the Sunday close. Be aware of that. Wednesday is quite a day to for some volatility. So as you see, we had a nice move from it. And then on Sunday, it's another one to open up the market and flush the gates as well. So let's see how we're going to be dealing with it, right? Weekly wise, it's really strong and good candle. That's one. Secondly, is there any continuation in it? Yeah, still, right? No matter how many times we did those kind of moves, we still could continue lower, right? This is could be still a liquidity grab or whatsoever, or even potentially some swipes higher up, catch some longs off guard and then wipe them out. Still, potentially, you're not gonna regain 93.8 on the weekly. That's still quite a long time because already on the weekly wise, we've been 6 weeks into the downtrend from it. It's not something easily done to be regained. Okay, be aware of that. That's still quite high from us. Secondly, on daily wise, like I've been mentioning, this is the hip. This is going to be a resistance area that we are getting close to it, right? And same thing. This is the pocket that's going to keep us a little bit more lower. This is as well the first touch of February monthly open for the retest. So that could potentially lead for a bigger rejection of that level, right? If we regain that level, then we're going to quite heavily spike into the 87. Okay, so that's on a daily wise. Now, 4 hour, freaking awesome to break out of this whole shit what we've been for a while. Staying into it, we have a new high. That's all confirmed. We've been closing already twice above it. That's great. That's super. Now, what are the things to look out for? If you are not in the trade, and I think I can delete all of this stuff already because we don't need it. So if you somehow, in any kind of case, you missed out on this or on any of those ones too long it, then the next one, hopefully you're not gonna miss it. The next one should be, if you're gonna be coming back at 68-ish to retest that, because that's quite heavily and quite exhausting. Looking right already, but it's still place to come back and too long from it, right? For one more potentially. If we're gonna see any break of and delete that as well to make it much more clear. If you're gonna see any break of 66.9, potentially that low over here, that's the most important low. You don't want to break that. If you break that, there's not much that you're gonna hold us till the 63.8. And if so, I don't have faith anymore in this low. So be aware of that. This is the last hope for longing. If you want to catch it anything, I will not even jumping in front of this whole movement. Because I still don't think, no, we didn't break anything on 4 hour yet. So, sorry, 5 minute yet. So even if you're going to do something like this, right, potentially we could go even higher up if you're not going to lose this low. So not even now, I'm considering to long it, right? There is nothing for me to scream that I should long this, short this. Because I'm never going to jump in front of this kind of build up. Why? Because still potentially there is one more movement into this pocket, right? We've been dealing with all of those low leverage ones. So if we are dealing already with those ones, we easily could grab those ones as well. Wick into it, right? And then close below, come back, build it up for a while, and then do it one more, right? Because we didn't retrace from the high time frame ones over here into the lows and do it higher move. We just straight up went for the lower one. So that means we just wiped quite heavily most of the people already, and we still could do one potential. And there is not much more, right? Locally, right? There is not much more above that. So we need to grind that out. So we can do potential on in two ways. Going higher up into the February, So let me switch the February level on as well. Oh, February level is a little more higher. Anyway, so we could grab all of that and then somehow keep this as our support, grind it out for a while, right? So you're gonna farm a little bit more liquidity above you and below you, and then do it one more. If that's the case, right? Then yeah, I will argue with that. So to do that, and that's gonna be as well one of the better moves for it. So far, there's not really need to go higher up. If we're gonna do it in one go from now on, then the February level is something to short, definitely. And I will short that specifically with the stop loss above this and then laddering in quite heavily and go for it. Because then that movement to the downside is gonna be as well quite deep. But yeah, if we really want to go higher, we need to sustain some price action. That means sideways in any kind of form of range, and then do one more, right? Same thing we're doing here. Sideways, one more, sideways, one more. So far, there's not much anymore for us to grab. So yeah, that's a bit of a bitty. It was quite easy. All of those trades, right? Like even what I caught this one, and then the next one over here. That was the nice one. And I had some scalps as well over here. So yeah, that's all picture perfect. Not much to say about it. It's nothing to say about manipulation or something like that because it's not. Why? Because we just literally we've been grinding the liquidity, and then we change it the direction. So that means this whole thing what we did is just change of character. Easy as that. Happens all of the time. It's gonna be to the upside or to the downside. So yeah, I really hope you guys caught all of those really juicy trades because they've been freaking awesome on Biddy. And let's see if there is something above us, because I think we've been dealing with all of the order blocks as well. Yeah, so this is well quite heavily overlapped now. Good, potentially as well to come back and perfectly hold that, right? And then do it one more. Or if so, if we're gonna do really close range as a tight one, we could potentially do something like this, right? Grind it out and do it one more over here, just because we have this super strong overlapping support over here with order blocks. And that's quite overlapping, and there are 3 of them. That's right. One, no, those 2 big ones. Sorry, 2 big ones. So that's super good. And then the bands are coming as well into it while we're gonna go back into it. So yeah, I'm not sure if there is even need to short this for potential pullback. I would rather wait for it and take a massive long on this, as easy as it gets. And if you are not sure about it or somehow, or you cannot trade this, then by all means use the 2 pips. Oh, and look at that. Working perfectly into this support. There you have it. Like there are already like 4 things for you to take this and trade. Stupid fips, support, order blocks for our swing failure, for our swing trade. And then the 5th one, even the band's gonna be here. Like you can throw a dart at it blindly if it's needed. Simple as that. Just a little bit more patient. But that's I think all on Biddy. Not much to say about it. Oh, and oh, look at that. Even much more funnier is that we still didn't had any reactive reversal sign. And we are no, we are not even diverging. So this is perfect. Still uptrending, right? The bots are a bit switched off, right? So they are cooling off, but still quite high. Let's see how the next gonna be. So potentially that was exact the same how this candle started forming and this one as well. So a little bit more pullback, and then we still could do that one more. Yeah. Perfect. This is still good. Like 1 hour obviously is gonna have the reaction reversal on it. Yeah, see? Twice already. Yeah. But not something that I will go by because that one is slightly. Oh, it's not diverging. So yeah, it's still in positive, right? So the bot's been switched on over here on 1 hour, and the 4 hour is still keeping over here, but they are still in positive. They are not in negative. And cash flow still in, but there is no reversal sign on cash flow. And trend change. We didn't change the trend on the oscillator yet. But yeah, still perfect, perfect, picture perfect. This was my trade, but I took the big one. I just took the take profit on that one. So yeah, let's move on alts, I guess. A happy alts. Like I've been saying, hype. I freaking missed that entry, and yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. I'm still in spot on that one, so that's cool. I'm gonna take the next one. I didn't bother to scalp it over here because that was a little more iffy for me. Not really sure about it. It was perfect, but I wasn't like open for that. I'm more like a bigger swing trader. That was really picture perfect, and this is gonna be hunting me for a couple days. It's fine. But what are we doing right now are two things. Technically, we did regain the previous swing failure, right? So this is the high, and we are at the resistance of this whole swing. This is still good. Potentially, what we are looking for is not really something for to going below the previous weekly. I don't want to come back on that one. Why? Because then you start to break stuff heavily. That retest of this low and this one small support over here, not sure if that's gonna hold us if we start to come back heavier to the low. That could potentially be, but then I would rather to be holding it above 27. If not, I would like to see something like this, break that, coming up, and then do one more, right? So I attempt to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna playing out. But so far, this is quite heavily to the upside as a resistance, and to the downside, we don't have that much support. So that's gonna be quite interesting how Hype gonna play this out, because there is still potentially much more liquidity to the downside. Right, we still could do one more potentially, yeah. But this starts to look a little bit more weaker. But still, let's see. There's a lot of resistance here. That all of those levels, like we've been spreading them quite thin over here, and it's quite heavily resistance. All of that stuff, massive. And then there's like not much between 32 and 39. Yeah, it's crazy how heavy they split that. And I guess there was, yeah, see, that's as well. That's a major resistance area over here. So let's see. Like the perfect scenario will be, of course, like if you pull this Rubofib right from it, then yeah, that's your perfect scenario. So that's the swing level that I've been marking over here, 27.18. So that's the area. If we're gonna get here, then yeah, I will put my orders in it. Let's see if I'm gonna be stopped out. Then it's fine. But overall, we did regain that hip, but the major stuff is way higher, and that's gonna be some trouble for Hype to get there, because high time frame stuff, we still doing this, right? And we are already starting to get overheated on the daily. So coming back, like we really need to do something like this as a change. We've been technically doing that, but then we broke the freaking structure. But yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. Now, moving on the juicier stuff. Injective. So from the move that I had, from the move from 2.25, yeah, so that's the move that I had, that big ass move, really juicy one. I didn't took the short on that one because I didn't bother, and that was way too quick as well, so I didn't bother about it. And then it broke the low, so that was a little bit scary. And to be honest with you, we start kind of ish to recover from it. It's not something significant yet. Yes, we're breaking out of this range and we are holding heavily on this support, so that's good. Now, the only thing that Injective needs to do is to break out of 3.26. That's the high that you need to regain. or anything close above that, then you can easily come back at the low and then do another swing. Because then you start to change your character again, right? But still, great move. I had a perfect long from this. It's a swing failure long, nothing to do with structure, but it's a swing failure long. Something that I attempt to do as well more often. And yeah, still finding support on the weekly perfectly, and then we are already trying to break out of March. So that's good. That's great. Because that's first retest, holding on the weekly, perfect. That's this kind of stuff. It's a perfect squeeze, right, between those two levels. So yeah, next aim, resistance at 3.25. That's my last stop. Sorry, TP. Or I'm gonna let it run to maybe even higher up, or I'm gonna reload it. AVEX, AVEX. Perfect. Like that one couldn't get perfect like that. Love it. I had that long over here. That was playing out perfect to the T, even into the resistance. And now we're coming back, and that one was the one of the juiciest one, because you are like, that one is fine, right? This is fine. And you could short this, but then eventually if you miss that, then it's fine. But after setting a high, right, on holding high or low, like this is a freaking one of the juiciest trade that you should trade. So yeah, and we are now from the low. I think I'm from 8.4, 14%. Yeah, 14%. Perfect. And this build up, that's as well, like if you're in a trade, you are not sure what we are doing. Like this move is quite heavily. You're coming back, you're holding on a weekly, and you regain the previous high. It's done. You don't need to worry. Stop loss, you can be even here in profit, right? Or yeah, you stop loss or break even. It should be more in break even or in profit. And then next leg, done. Holding on this. This was quite nice to see this all freaking sideways, but then perfectly close in positive. It's sending time. Nothing to worry about. And that's how you deal with structure. Structure is gonna tell you what to do and how should you hold your position. Nothing else. Render. Finally. That was an amazing one. And quite funny. It get quite close to the level of swing point. So 1.28. It really close. Front run it quite heavily. But it's something that I'm saying as well. Like if a coin, no matter what, is front running quite heavily all of the levels of the support, swing, or whatsoever, even the fibs, it says something about that coin as well and sustainability of it. Means it's quite heavily and great, strong, or whatsoever potential for that direction of the movement. Why? Because I've been aiming for this level for quite a while and I couldn't get it, right? Because we had this range, we broke out of it and we broke the lows of it. I took that swing over here as well because we had that retest over here, and then we ascended it and we came back, we broke it again. So from freaking holding the structure over here, but to breaking it into the lows, and now we are almost at a point that we're gonna send it higher. Why? Because we regain all of the shenanigans what we just dealt with. So yeah, perfect to the T, nothing else, right? Easily as that. So great stuff. Now next target, because that was my first TP over here. Now next target is for me the 1.54 for it. Break out of this, because after those 3 touches of the resistance already, we need to deal with it somehow or form. So great stuff. Now this is a kind of a good one. Same perspective, seriously same thing, right? We had the high from the low that we set out over here, sorry, higher low, and technically we went a little bit more lower, but then still holding on a major low, so fine, not a swing failure at all. And we settled the high of it, perfect, coming back, and that was the second biggest trade, and there we have it. Same thing, same perspective, right? If you're not sure how high we're gonna get, if we are starting to hold on any kind of structure, and there it is, right? And that's why I said, like, there is nothing else, guys, that's gonna confirm better and quicker than the structure only. There isn't. There is no indicator. There isn't, and it's not gonna be, because price, right? The price action comes first. and then the indicators are following. There's not such a thing that prediction indicator that's gonna say to you where it's gonna be the price in 2 days. That's not really something possible. But structure-wise, could predict if you're gonna get back at it. You have a rebuy, and you're holding on that. So we have a continuation. Done. Easy as that. No new indicators needed. Don't say that to the bosses, but this is what it is. And twice, right? Twice perfect trades. Easy. And now we are break off even the freaking wick. That's a strong freaking close on the day 4 hour. Now next small resistance is 94. Then of course you have one more, right? So that's the 99-ish. And then the major one from that perspective is gonna be something like this. The next 4 hour swing failure. That's that. Those are the levels. But so far, perfect. How are the liquidity? Look at that. Like, dude, this couldn't be perfectly. Like the highest close, like, so the highest close that we had over here. So that's the previous one, the low of the high, right? Look at that. All of the juicy liquidity. Perfect. Is this the area to short? Yeah, definitely. If you're going to get there, there's not much to take at a higher. So yeah. And now, one of my freaking small caps meme coins. Sorry, that's not meme coin. That's a fucking shit coin. Is doing right now 34%. And I'm in already somewhere from 0.05, I guess. I've been yapping about that as well for a while. Buy every freaking new low, and you are golden. So yeah, buy it over here. You got 40%. Buy it over here. Oh, sorry, you had 1x only. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So yeah, that's been an old one, but still pretty much perfect. I'm ashamed that I did that. Okay, it is what it is. So yeah, still all good. And those are all my backs. Last time I showed you the percentage as well, what I made of them. Like, I think I posted as well in the altcoins, so I'm not going to be bother you with that. You want to check where I'm in from on the backs and how they did. So there it is. And overall, yeah, still freaking good. Nothing to add to that. So yeah, guys, let's have a look in the chat. What are you guys talking about? And if there are any questions. Oh, it's been a half hour yapping me. Jesus, you guys still sitting here and listening to me. Like, that's always crazy to me. Hey, Q. And you left. Big swing. Yeah, that's me. That's exactly me. That's exactly me with my swing. Yeah. Big swings. Let's see the market moves in that give. Yep. Yeah. Bad tells you that. Oh shit, Eve. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right, Eve. Yeah, the bad signal. Yep. The bad signal will tell you everything in advance. It's the market maker bad signal. Yeah. You got to eat dinner. Yeah, no worries, mate. Have a look at Eve, please. Oh man, I don't mind Eve. I'm gonna meme about Eve still. There are different coins that I freaking don't like to look at it. Wait, what the fuck? Don't tell me. Okay, I was about to give Eve some shit, but yeah, okay, it closed above it, so that's fine. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, still, I mean, this is exactly the same move as Bitcoin did, right? All that grind stuff over here. You had the first freaking buy of this, the movement into the highs. You broke the previous small range into it, and you retest the high. You had the retrace or the pullback, and that was one of the perfect freaking longs. And same structure. The whole market did the whole freaking same structure. Almost every single coin. Like it couldn't be easier. Like you pull one trade over here, you can go through your watch list and do exactly the same thing. Yeah, still good. Like yeah, breaking above that, perfect. Okay, good. I give it that. Finally, is doing some good things. Potentially higher up, yeah, there is. Why? Because then actually you are right now a little bit more into that resistance of this hip. So break out of this hip, you potentially start to get back at the high of this been tested. This been tested. There are two highs. This one and this one. Those two. So right now, and look at that perfectly. Like all of the liquidity. High up is close. The midterm is over here, and the highest one is over here. Or I mean the sorry, vice versa, the lowest ones, right? So yeah, perfect. This is it. Regain of you 2.1, and you're gonna spike a little bit more higher up in this. Right? So potentially you could do something like that. Going back, holding on this, or even come back at the lows, right? And then another one. Done. Yeah. Still good. Still good. Jesus, are they seriously coins in already in daily negative? What the fuck? What did it? Wait. Okay. This starts to break already. Yeah, I'm not gonna be even surprised if this stuff comes even into the previous weekly. Crying loud. Fucking bullshit coins. Sui didn't break out yet. Ray. Okay, Link did. Ooh, but Link is still in the big resistance. Okay. Interesting. What is this? Yeah, it did. Okay. 2, 3, 4 line nicely with Pip on a bigger swing. Oh, you mean on Eve, right? So here. Two, 3, 7, 5. What? Where are you from then? Where do you pull your flips then? You mean this? Or from here? Oh. Um. Technically, I'm not sure if no, I'm not sure about this. Pause. Because this is still continuation. As in high, low, high, low, right? So this is still continuation on the downside. So for me, yeah, not that, but technically it should be this one. Hmm. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I'm not sure if you should pull the fib like that because I would not even worry about that because that it's a mid of the movement. The whole high time frame fib is this. This is the high time frame, right? That hip, because that hip regained the previous high and it fell from. This is the high time frame of resistance right now on ETH. Coming back into that one, you will have reaction. Anything in between that on 4 hour, it's not a stupid fib because it should be like that. And it didn't even come back to that. Right? Next one, same thing. Oh, next one did. Sorry, that wick did. Right? So yeah, that should be for the continuation to the downside, but not for this whole range. It's not, because that was right now here a fib, but it's not the proper one because we didn't break the low. We should break the low for that. So no, this is only structure one and swing failing, not a fib over here. Before. Yeah, that highest point, yeah, that's fine as well. But this is the first one that comes. Then this one comes. Because like I've been saying, you had this movement to the downside, right? Second low, you regained the structure, you fail from this. This is the first. Then this comes. Then you say Eve. Keep hearing Eve. Stop counting. See, it's a Easter egg to call you name Eve. I'm not gonna fucking say Ethereum. Fully out. I'm sorry. You are Eve. And I meme about you as well. So both things are going aligned and together. It's fine. It's not that if I'm talking about Ethereum, I'm thinking about you. That would be weird, right? So be happy about that, Eve. At least you're gonna be paying attention if I'm calling your name or not. Yeah. Oh my god, that dude is creepy as fuck. Here, look at this. The meme from last week. I'm not sure if you saw that one. Which one was it? Yeah. Dude is creepy as fuck, eh? This is creepy as fuck. Oh. Yeah, I can't stand him. Dude makes me weird or something. Yeah, this is what it is. Anyhow, anything else, guys? Do I missed our analysis? Did I missed analysis on Crow? What you mean on Crow? I didn't go over Crow today. I can, but didn't do it. Not much talking about because this still didn't change, right? So, oh shit. Here. So Crow behaves as Crow it always does. So weird to say, but it's not something that it's changed in a matter of time. So price tend to go lower, tend to go lower, tend to go lower, right? Same thing on capital flow index. Tend to go lower, you have spike, hold, and then you have that massive move, right? Same thing over here. Tend to go lower, spike, movement sideways, and then you have that big ass move. Here, we're still going lower. So we didn't have that big ass move, but price tend to go lower and keeping up, still holding on this whole freaking line since 2024. Breaking that, like, where do you go? Like a little bit lower into the 0.3? Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna buy it up. But still, buying it now or like collectively accumulating it through all of this move sideways, yeah, it's a freaking big ass thing to do. Because then you're not gonna notice that in the first week because that's gonna spike up, and then you have one more move higher up, and it's gonna blast it through. So yeah, when that's gonna happen, if I'm gonna be like right about that, and that's gonna be happening somewhere like here, that means beginning of April, bro. If that happens, oh boy, oh boy, I'm gonna scream off top of my rooftop. That I was right about it. I don't think I'm gonna be right about it, but it could be somewhere in here, right? That could be because like just not calculating, but like copying the moves over. It tends to be somewhere in April then, right? But yeah, let's see. I'm stacking on it quite heavily, so yeah, like every single cycle. Next cycle will be same. So yeah, that's the thing about Crow. I don't have the card anymore, so I'm done with that. I have a different one, much better one, much better one. There they are. Believe me, that one is epic, epic card. And I think there are some people who can vote for that as well using my ref link. So yeah, typical missing glass. Okay, just missing glass. Yeah. Take person to create. Yeah, but come on, like I seriously don't understand like why even bother with that. Like the thing, like okay, I understand like back in the days it was like quite big, but now like I don't know any kind of person who used that shit coin for anything. Like show me a person who fucking sends even crypto through Eve. Like you are crazy if you do that shit. But yeah, hey, either is each, right? I think. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I think I sent you the chart of it. So yeah, just copy it over and look at it when it's gonna pop. And I think on that chart as well, you have the lines when I'm gonna be selling or TPing at least biggie backs. So yeah, all good. Just patient, guys. Patient is the key. Everything eventually will come to you. But yeah, there's not much actually to. Do you guys have any coins? What are you buying, selling, or longing, shorting? Fuck, Eve is here, so she gonna told me to look at this bullshit. Oh yes, nice. Fucking fail from it. I want you to be below 1.2. Done. 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 What's this doing? Hmm. Okay. Potentials. To wind you up. Yeah. I know. I know. Oh, wait. What's the best coin ever made by the best president ever do? Squeezing. At least. At least. So we're gonna have one more pop into this and this area, and then you have a continuation. Done. 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 Oh, they didn't. Oh shit. That one is not even tested. Damn. Okay. Oh my god. No, I'm not gonna look at this bullshit. Puppy cat. Okay. Did regain. Oh yeah. Guys, come on. What you are buying, selling, shorting, longing, whatsoever. Come on, wake up. Tell me. Wondering what you are doing, guys. Oh wait, what's this doing? Fuck. Kidding me, right? Wait, What the fuck? You wanna say that this came back from the lows, it broke mid-high, didn't break above this prior high, it ranged down, broke the fucking range once, twice, third, fourth time. Holy fuck. And it still can regain this fucking prior high. Jesus. Talking about a joke. Got liquidity grab over here. Kill the whole move. Done. Bet you there is shit. Oh boy. Ooh. Damn. Oh, now they are waking up. Yeah, Michael. Doge. Doge on? Seriously? Are you joking or is it for real? Like, I'm not judging, but why Doge? Like, I'm always wondering why people trading that. What's the reason behind it? Lens B, I'm gonna fucking block you. I'm gonna mute you or ignore you whatsoever. It's great long in the dip. Yeah. Tripping. Do some special thing when they. Yeah, I mean, if you need. So the thing is, like, after all of that, right, the greatest or the hyper killer whatsoever, after all of that shit, you had the low, you break out of the mid, right? This is the mid swing. That's the high swing. That's the mid swing. Mid swing only. You are grinding the shit out of it. You're breaking the lows, and now like people need to wait for a thing that they're gonna release. Used to do something about it. Like, I'm not sure. Like this is like iffy as fuck. The only thing, like, this is gonna be fucking scary for it. And watch out, they can fucking do that. Because so far, and this is not even like a V bottom swing, but they can wipe all of this shit out, still not regaining that, and coming back at the lows or even breaking it. Because then you break this whole structure, it's gonna keep you as fucking resistance for a while. So, yep. Volume can get in with. So we'll play around. Okay, yeah, never look at it. Like, for me, that whole Doge was always a bullshit, but and shenanigans thing. But and that people only aiming or waiting for what's his name? Elon Musk to tweet something about it, used to do some moves on it. Like, nah, that's not trading for me at all. But if it does some volume and it moves, then yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Um, mm, it had it. Yeah, it broke. It broke the level. So the only thing what will rescue this to go higher, you need to regain your previous 0.10. And then the resistance is at here, 0.11. Because you did broke the low. Regain, I was holding it, but the regain comes with regaining the 10. If not, then you swipe it lower. For the day trade. Don't know. I never took a swing at Doge. Well, it could be. Yeah, Binance listing sell off, it's always happening. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Pepe as well. Yeah, most of the coins are having like sell off. Yeah. Yeah. Plumbers. The way that you say that, Doge is like BTC. Like, I'm sure it's not, but okay. Normally, extreme statement. Yeah, that someone says that, like, for me, BBC. Holy shit. Like, yeah, that doesn't come even close to it, but yeah, fair enough. Oh, you make my day. I'm gonna remember that. Oh yeah, guys, we have some freaking nice bots actually. Let me get to my fucking fourth monitor. Yeah. Oh, not that one. That's a secret one. Apple, nice as well. We have AMD. That's as well quite nice to trade. And Google for the bigger swings. Sorry, I have hiccups. But yeah, interesting. And we have Hood as well. That's Eagles apart. A lot of Bitcoin updated. Super new Bitcoin on 72% win rate. Like really fucking happening. And look at that. It fucking cut the long. There you have it. Quite nice actually. To be honest with you. There it is. There it is. And surprise, surprise, and I'm quite happy about it. I found that. It's a good one in the range. Normally, range is shit, right? But because Bitcoin tend to be a little bit more and often in the range, I did my magic with it. Here it is. So, no reasons not to make money. And I hope my boss not gonna hear me to say that, but this performs quite nice and even better than the Holobot. And who knows, maybe that's gonna be the Holobot. Wink, wink. But yeah. The bigger hopes for Ave. Ooh, that's been a while. Even if I have that one even on my. What did make you? No, fucking Ave. What did make it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. No, anyhow. Um, that's been a while. Okay. Yeah, there is some potential for it. Wow. Gold. Oof. Okay. Yeah, that one still needs a little bit more work. That's gonna be so first thing first, like to be honest with you, it have really good support what is holding on. That's for sure, right? That support you don't want to break that, otherwise it's gonna be freaking new lows over new lows, right? Now the only thing that matters is because you regain that, that was fine. The low of that been tested, the high that you need to regain is 131, and then the high right now that's holding you down is 123. Yeah, let's still have some job to do. It could run a little bit more higher even. There is nothing else in. Ah, that sucks. Oof. Not really big of liquidity. Oh, okay. To two things can happen. Like if that's going to be pushed quite high, just foreclose it above it. That's fine. Coming back and grind the shit out of it, farm liquidity, and then you have a pop. Otherwise, you're going to stay here for longer, right? You're going to stay here, you're going to grind your shit out, and then eventually you're going to pop it up. But yeah, there's not much. Yeah, weird. Okay. There is much more even to the downside. So yeah, not much certainty for it. How did you came up with that one? That's a freaking old one. Trade that. I even forgot about that. Yeah. You right? Oh, fucking perfect entry. And I bet you did this. Sneaky bastard. There you have it. Bet you did that. Nice one. Perfect. Really got the entry. Got the deep. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. That's my per rate going. So yeah, happy days, guys. Really freaking happy days. So yeah, not something that I'm gonna short. Like I've been saying, right? Yeah, obviously I was aiming to short the high or the regain of 71, but that's only, of course, always when you have a regain and you start to fail that regain to go lower to retest the lows for potentially a bigger move, right? But if you have the move in a freaking continuation, then no, that's not what I'm gonna do. Like just to be obvious, right? Because I know people gonna be like, yeah, but you said you're gonna short this and you didn't do it. Yeah, for fuck's sake, because there wasn't any confirmation about that. So just to be clear, right? And then the next one, definitely what will be coming in, is the high of 77-ish area. If we're gonna get there. If not, then the first is gonna be underside retest. But that's only where you're gonna see some break of structure. And that's no matter where you're gonna be seeing that, no matter what, right now, because we are breaking the high of the range. We break out from it. And to be honest with you, I will not even bother to short it till you're gonna see some bigger stuff happening, right? So far, go with the flow and the trend. Don't go against. You don't need to catch every single trade, right? Like, just to be clear. But the ones that you're gonna catch are the most important ones. So that's the trade. Without focusing on the shorting this, you're focusing to long this. To get that. Because shorts, to be honest, right? Like in the short way of doing this, breaking out of it, you know that it's gonna be only to here. But holding this, right? You aiming to get there. Potentially, that's much more profitable and how you call it, profitable and bigger movements, right, than what you are aiming here to short. So things are like, you need to sift it through it, like which one is worth it and which one not. But yeah, you can scalp away all day long. And there are people that are fucking shorting the shit out of it every single move. Bad signal. Um, okay. Cool stuff. Anything else, guys, that you want to talk about? I don't know. You want to show something, maybe, Salif? Now it's the time. Yeah, same thing. Netflix. I'm not shorting this. Like, obviously. Why? Because this is still doing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Right? Till it's gonna do something like this, I might take a new step at it. But then I'm aiming more now to long this for the bigger moves instead to short this. Patient. Use patient. And if that's gonna go higher without even going back, fine. Because I'm seriously not even like dreaming about this to long this. Shorting that was yes, that was my quest. That was my legacy. That was everything that I should and needed to do about that Netflix. I needed to shorten it. Just for spite and sake because what they did to my series. Yes. That was my legacy to do that. Longing that shit? Ah, nope. Dexter, so please need a big budget for the quality. Fuck you. You're not gonna get it. You know why? Because they F my whole series. And I'm gonna be seriously crying about it. I'm gonna be shorting the shit out of them. I don't care. Oh, Eve, don't even ask. They fucked up everything. They couldn't hold their bags with the fucking Vogue shit what they do and did to Witcher series. Ugh. Nope. And I did some some savage things as well with it because so when I was shorting this and that was fucking perfect plan. Like to be honest with you guys, that TA on that short, boy, that played out, right? So I need to find that post on freaking LinkedIn. I've been posting lately way too much on that. I've been tagging some random people from Netflix. Meanwhile, saying like, "You fucked up my Siri. I'm gonna short the shit out of it." Posting this. So yeah, that was funny. Quite savage, if I say it by myself. Naked every hour of the day. Yep, I did. Before you entered, you talk about. I know, I know. I'm quite sour about it. I will fucking never. Oh, never up. Like, nope, nope. Never forgive them. Never. I hate them. Netflix can fucking die to me. I don't need to even. Nope. Yeah, the XI. Ooh. Ooh, don't open that Pandora box because that's a sensitive topic as well from the people from Trendmaster. Don't go that road. I took Netflix and chill. Yeah, I took Netflix and kill instead. Yep. No, not on my watch. The next one that I'm seriously gonna go the shit out with passion is gonna be this S&D key. Those motherfuckers, mafia, stealing the whole freaking memory prices. Shut up. Shut up. It's still in continuation, for fuck's sake. Yes, I know. Technically, it shouldn't because they fucked up something over here, and that's this candle. So technically, yes, it's higher low, but it didn't still regain 695. So till that moment, till that not gonna be regained, boy, I'm gonna fucking short this. And all of that shit's gonna go exactly to here, negative. Because they need to fix all of the prices of the memories and the RAM sticks. I was about this year. I was to plan to upgrade my PC, and they effed me up big time. Oh, hyperliquid. Sorry, I thought this is high or low. You said sorry. Um, Actually, I'm not sure if that's on hyperliquid. Let me check. I don't think so. Oh yeah, they are. Sorry, yeah, they are. They are on hyperliquid. So yeah, there it is. How does that chart look like? SN 10x, only 10x. Yeah, it's similar. Sweet. Yeah. Self-employed. I'm not scalping. This one's for you, Adrian. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Have fun. Enjoy. Yeah, if someone's gonna say structure doesn't matter, like this is freaking to the T. Like look at that. This is funny, but this is technically structure. Like that is the tightest fucking structure ever. But it is. It's valid. You said hyperliquid. Where is Zeus? Ooh, yeah, that's a long story. Let's not go that way, that road. Look at deep. Deep. Ooh, no, I didn't look at deep. That's Eagle's thing, deep actually. He's bot trading that one for a while. He's quite fan of that one, but it's been a while. I look at it. Yeah, it's been a while. Last time it's December, I guess. Let me have a look. I took right now. Second, I'm gonna pair test it, test it. Um, hmm. Yeah, you are right. You are correct about that. Why? Because it did break the structure, right? It's holding on the prior one, but it still broke the previous low. So technically, yeah, it's a short. Like I'm not sure where did you took it, right? But it could be. This is quite. Yeah, that's gonna be quite a risky one. If you're gonna get close to, for example, the high and swing fail that, then yeah, that could be a nice one. But be aware, just because of the market behavior right now, and it's pumped 6%, potentially there is a chance of breaking out of it, right? Just because of the build-up of that, the move. So yeah, and this is the area that you aim for, this high over here. So yeah, high, it could play out if we start to reverse, but then that's only aiming for to get back at 0.25-ish, right? This area over here. You want to hold that, and then you have a continuation, breakout, and then maybe you're gonna do some bigger stuff. Yes. Did big break? What do you mean break? Below? Yeah. Not that low, but that low, right? This one didn't go got broken. It's holding on the prior low, but the from the high, low, high, low, high, lower low, right? Oh, break, as in exchange break. Fucking hell. I don't know. You don't have permission? What? Are you on VPN? Wait, let me check on my side. No, mine is working. I'm in. I'm in on it. Did you try the app? Try the app, maybe. No, mine is working. Oh, and I can tell you already because you mentioned that, and my wallet is on BitGet. I didn't get it. You ask that. I didn't get it yet. So it'll be about time, but I didn't get it. And I think you know what I mean by that. Sure, thank God. Yeah, he was too arrogant. Yep, this is what it is. Login screen. Ooh, shit. Hmm, that's weird. Try to change your VPN maybe on that. Art. Yeah, that's a good one. It's been a really while. So like I'm focusing only on those ones. Like I rarely look at those fucking shit coins. I'm focusing on my main ones I'm trading. And that's the thing as well, like what I want to mention. Have your own tokens, like everyone over here has, like Pombo says it's Doge, right? Ethos is lovely XRP or whatsoever. Everyone has his own favorite token. Why are we doing that? Because when you start to trade the same token over and over again, you get to know it. You don't marry it, but you know the moves, right? You kind of like have a feeling what it can do and how it can perform in certain way, right? But this is fucking weird. This, oh, if you guys see this, it's a manipulation 101. And it's not like manipulation the wrong way, but it's like they heavily been holding that shit. That's a V bottom shit. Like that's recovery. This is like, bro, you cannot get perfectly like that. This is like all algorithmic vibes. Mine is not XRP. Yeah. It's okay. Iran as Iran as VPN. That's not good, right? Iran as VPN. Yeah, bro. So that's maybe the issue that you cannot access you with BitGet. Bro, what the fuck? Like UVPN is thinking like, wow, wait, there is a war, so less people over there, less traffic. Let's go. That's diabolical. Like, bro, UVPN is fucking hilarious. It works well. Which VPN are you using? I'm on that VPN right now. Oh shit, that was good one. Using Iran as VPN place. Fuck. Like, yeah, they definitely not gonna find you over there. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, fart. Yeah, I fucking don't like that shit. This, this is that's fucked up, man. That they needed to do that. But anyhow, yeah, regain of 0.18. So that's good. So you have that high. Now you need to get us heavily and close to 0.188. That hip, regaining that hip, right? It will invalid everything what you did over here, and it's gonna keep it up on higher time frame. Why? Because you need that technically to be invalid. Because going higher and holding on that structure means you're not likely, or most likely, not gonna break the lows anymore. So you're gonna do that freaking change of character. So far, if this is still holding you below, you are still technically grinding into this freaking pocket, right? So, and then aiming to do one more pop and then bye bye. Like, even that shit, like, hmm, fucking hell. I think part as high as it gets can go is 141. Inside readers of that. I think it's gonna be something like that. Back, back, and then one more. And eventually, gonna go in Forgotten Land. Now that's a happy candle, right? Daily wise. Oh, are we aiming to go higher? Really? Who knew that? We break something? No? Hmm. Okay. Cool. Anyhow, VPN in Iran. Jesus, that's you fucking guys. You all make my day today. Which VPN are you using? So yeah, anyhow, I'm not gonna make it longer than it needed to be. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. I hope this is all clear in which direction we're on, what's the trend, and where are the levels to aim for and point of interest. Please don't go against it. Okay, till you're not gonna see any break of structure. At least 5 minutes, a little bit for a small scalp, and at least on 1 hour something. Okay, patience is the key. That's all. Right? There's no need to like freaking short or scalp all of this bullshit. If you can have one of those two trades over here and have bigger moves in quicker times than all you spend all of that fucking shenanigans over here, for example. Hey, that's up to you. If you like that, then be my guest. But yeah, so far, so good. If you need anything, you know where to find us in the Discord. And I will be back at Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. It's coming closer and closer. My birthday. Jesus. Big plans for it. Anyhow, have fun, enjoy, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye bye.